Ezekiel 25 to 27. The word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, set your face toward the children of Ammon, and prophesy against them. Tell the children of Ammon, hear the word of Adonai Yahweh. This is what Adonai Yahweh says. Because you said, Aha, against my sanctuary, when it was profaned, and against Eretz Yisrael, when it was made desolate, and against the house of Judah, when they went into captivity. Therefore, behold, I will deliver you to the children of the east for a possession. They will set their encampments in you, and make their dwelling in you. They will eat your fruit, and they will drink your milk. I will make Rabbah a stable for camels, and the children of Ammon a resting place for flocks. Then you will know that I am Yahweh. For this is what Adonai Yahweh says, Because you have clapped your hands, stamped your feet, and rejoiced with all the contempt of your soul against Eretz Yisrael, therefore behold, I have stretched out my hand on you, and will deliver you for a plunder to the nations. I will cut you off from the peoples, and I will cause you to perish out of the countries. I will destroy you, then you will know that I am Yahweh. This is what Adonai Yahweh says, Behold, because Moab and Seir say, Behold, the house of Judah is like all the nations. Therefore, behold, I will open up the sides of Moab from the cities, and from the cities which are on his frontiers, the glory of the country, Beth Jeshemoth, Bel Meon, and Kirithaim, to the children of the east, to go against the children of Ammon. And I will give to them for a possession, and the children of Ammon may not be remembered among the nations. I will execute judgments on Moab. They will know that I am Yahweh. This is what Adonai Yahweh says, Because Edom has dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and has greatly offended and taken revenge on them. Therefore, this is what Adonai Yahweh says, I will stretch out my hand on Edom. I will cut off man and animal from it, and will make it desolate from Teman. They will fall by the sword even to Dedan. And I will lay my vengeance on Edom by my hand, and my people Israel. They will do in Edom according to my anger, according to my wrath. Then they will know my vengeance, says Adonai Yahweh. This is what Adonai Yahweh says, Because the Philistines have taken revenge, and have taken vengeance with scorn of soul, to destroy with perpetual enmity. Therefore, this is what Adonai Yahweh says, Behold, I will stretch out my hand on the Philistines, and I will cut off the Cherethites, and destroy the remnant of the seacoast. I will execute great vengeance on them with wrathful rebukes. Then they will know that I am Yahweh, when I lay my vengeance on them. In the 17th year, in the first of the month, the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, because Tyre has said against Jerusalem, Aha, she is broken, she who was gateway of the peoples has been returned to me. I will be replenished. Now that she is laid waste, therefore, this is what Adonai Yahweh says, Behold, I am against you, Tyre, and I will cause my nations to come up against you, as the sea causes its waves to come up. They will destroy the walls of Tyre, and break down her towers. I will also scrap her dust from her, and make her a bare rock. She will be a place for the spreading of nets in the middle of the sea, for I have spoken it, says Adonai Yahweh. She will become plunder of the nations. Her daughters who are in the field will be slain with the sword. Then they will know that I am Yahweh. For this is what Adonai Yahweh says, Behold, I will bring on Tyre Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, king of kings, from the north, with horses, with chariots, with horsemen, and an army of many people. He will kill your daughters in the field and with the sword. He will make forts against you, cast up a mound against you, and raise up a buckler against you. He will set his battering engines around your walls, and with his axes he will break down your towers. By reason of the abundance of his horses, their dust will cover you. Your walls will shake at the noise of the horsemen, at the wagons, and at the chariots, when he enters your gates, as men enter the city which is broken up, open. He will tread down on your streets in the hooves of his horses. He will kill your people with the sword, and the pillars of the strength will go down to the ground. They will make plunder of your riches, and will make prey of your merchandise. They will break down your walls, and destroy your pleasant houses. They will lay your stones with timber, and your dust in the middle of the waters. I will cause the noise of the songs to cease, and the sound of your harps will be heard no more. I will make you a bare rock. You will be a place for the spreading of nets. You will be built no more, for I, Yahweh, have spoken it, says Adonai Yahweh. This is what Adonai Yahweh says to Tyre. What not islands shake at the sound of your wall, when the wounded groan, when the slaughter is made within you? Then all the princes of the sea will come down from their thrones, and lay aside their robes, and strip off their embroidered garments. They will clothe themselves with trembling. They will sit on the ground with tremble every moment, and be astonished at you. They will make up a lamentation over you, and tell you, how were you destroyed, who were inhabited by seafaring men? The renowned city, who was strong in the sea, she and her inhabitants, who caused their terror to be on all who live there. Now the islands will tremble in the days of your fall. Yes, the islands that are in the sea will be dismayed at your departure. For this is what Adonai Yahweh says. When I make you a desolate city, like the cities that are not inhabited, then I will bring on the deep on you, and the great waters cover you. Then I will bring you down with those who descend into the pit, to the people of old time, and will make you dwell in the lower parts of the earth, in the places that are desolate of old, with those who go down to the pit, that you be not inhabited. And I will set glory in the land of the living. I will make you a terror, and you will no more have any being, though you are sought for, yet you will never be found again, says Adonai Yahweh. The word of Yahweh came to me, saying, You, son of man, take up a lamentation over Tyre, and tell Tyre, you will dwell in the entry of the sea, who are the merchant of the peoples to the islands. This is what Adonai Yahweh says. You, Tyre, have said, I am perfect in beauty. Your borders are in the heart of the seas. Your builders have perfected your beauty. They have made all your planks of cypress trees from Shinar. They have taken a cedar from Lebanon to make a mast for you. They have made you oars of the oaks of Bashan. They have made your benches of ivory inlaid and cypress wood from the islands of Kittim. Your sail was of fine linen with embroidered work from Egypt, that it might be to you for a banner. Blue and purple from the islands of Elisha was your awning. The inhabitants of Sidon and Arvad were your rowers. Your wise men, Tyre, were in you. They were your pilots. The old men of Gibel and its wise men were your repairer of ship seams in you. All the ships of the sea with their mariners were in you to deal with your merchandise. Persia, Lud, and Put were in your army, your men of war. They hung the shield and helmet in you. They showed your beauty. The men of Arvad with your army were on your walls all around, and valiant men were in your towers. They hung their shields on your walls all around. They were perfected in beauty. Tarshish was your merchant, by reason of the multitude of all kinds of riches. They traded for your wars with silver, iron, tin, and lead. Javan, Tubal, and Meshach were your traders. They traded the persons of men and vessels of bronze in your merchandise. They are the house of Tagamah, traded for your wars with horses, wars, and mules. The men of Dedan traded with you. Many islands were the market of your hand. They brought you the horns of ivory and ebony in exchange. Syria was your merchant by reason of the multitude of your handiwork. They traded for your wars with emeralds, purple, embroidered work, fine linen, coral, and rubies. Judah and Eretz Yisrael were your traders. They traded wheat and minnith, confections, honey, oil, balm, and your merchandise. Damascus was your merchant for the multitude of your handiwork by reason of the multitude of all kinds of riches. With the wine of Helbon and white wool, Vedon and Javan traded with your yarn, with your wars. Bright iron, cassia, calmus were among your merchandise. Dedan was your trafficker in precious clothes for writing. Arabia and all your princes. Kedar were the merchants of your hand, and lambs, rams, and goats, and they were your merchants. The traders of Sheba and Ramah were your traders. They traded for your wars with the chief of all spices and with all precious stones of gold. Haran, Cana, and Eden were the traders of Sheba. Ashur and Chimad were your traders. They traded with you in choice garments, in clothing of blue and embroidered work, and in carpets of colored stuff, bound with cords and made fast for your merchandise. The ships of Tarshish were caravans for your merchandise. They were replenished and made very glorious in the heart of the seas. Your roars have brought you into great waters, and the east wind has broken you in the heart of the seas. Your riches, your wars, your merchandise, your mariners, your pilots, your repairers of ships' seams, the dealers in your merchandise, and all your men of war who are in you, with all your company which is among you, with fall into your heart in the seas in the day of your ruin, and the second the cry of your pilots, the pasture lands will shake. All who hands the oars, the mariners, and all the pilots of the sea will come down from their ships. They will stand on the land, and will cause their voice to be heard over you, and will cry bitterly. They will cast up dust on their heads, and they will wallow in the ashes. They will make themselves bald for you, and clothe themselves with sackcloth. They will weep for you in bitterness of soul, with bitter mourning. In their wailing they will take up lamentation for you, and lament over you, saying, Who is like Tyre, like her who was brought to silence in the middle of the sea, when the wars went out of the seas? You filled many peoples, you enriched the kings of the earth with the multitude of your riches and the merchandise. In the time where you were broken by the sea and the depths of the waters, your merchandise, and all your company fell within you. All the inhabitants of the islands are astonished at you, and their kings are horribly afraid. They are troubled in the face. The merchants among the peoples hiss at you. You become a terror, and you will be no more.